Now, how do you create a story in 4 words? Your 4 main themes at this stage have been chosen, and you will only need to expand onto them. You have your title in the middle, which is 1 word most of the time and will summarize your whole story. And then each part of your story will be defined by another word, which represent each of your main themes. You can expand on each of these themes by selecting 3 sub-themes for a total of 12. For topic 1, for example, let's consider it's the topic of discovery. You want to choose words A, B, and C for the topic in red, for them to be highly related to discovery. So you can choose for A, for example, the theme of expansion, for B, the theme of travel, and finally for C, the theme of arrival or even return, if you're trying to make a cycle into your own chapter. The 3 sub-themes should be directly related to the main themes. But this link is most of the time arbitrary, and you will define the limits. Your story is defined by 4 main themes, and they will be developed into 12 secondary themes. This by now is clear, but how do you develop a story with 12 words? Will 12 words provide sufficient balance between consistency and diversity? Well, why do you need consistency, and why do you need diversity? The balance between consistency and diversity accomplish one objective. It gives the public a sufficient balance between surprise and familiarity. So you want to operate a balance between these 2 balances. Consistency and diversity should serve to create more surprise when you need more surprise, and generally that's in the crisis chapters, which are chapters 3, 6, and 9. And the balance will move into favor of consistency when you want to create a sense of familiarity, which is generally in the rest chapters, which are chapters 2, 4, 5, 7, and 8. Depending on the moment of your story, you want to put the scales more in favor of consistency or in favor of diversity in order to balance the story, to create more surprise or to create more familiarity. It's still the same tension and resolution logic which is operated here all the time. You will need 12 words or phrases, 12 ideas, 12 words as presented here. But how can you make 10 chapters out of those 12 words? Well, chapter 3 and 6, which represent the first crisis and the second crisis, will generally be longer. So, giving them more words is not a problem. You'll need to develop them more than other chapters. Chapter 9, which is the final crisis, can also be quite lengthy. The chapter crisis are chapters which should treat and deal with conflicting themes. The start with the end remark is here to help you to provide more consistency to your story. And as you start with the end, you should go directly for the first chapter afterwards. This cyclical logic will help you to create more cohesive stories. Write a clear ending and then mirror it through the first chapter. And then fill in by defining your 3 crises and the rest and pondering chapters.